and welcome to the tutorial for the Katherine drawstring bag by Notch. This is a really simple one to make and so handy for going travelling, using it as a travel laundry bag, or just for keeping your sewing bits safe. So you want to start by cutting out your fabric, and you'll need some ribbon. You want to overlap all four edges of your fabric. Then you'll want to mark the notch points on the fabric and the fold point. You can do this with pins just to make it a little bit easier to see while you're stitching, and you want to do it once on each piece of fabric, making sure that it's on the opposite side, so when you pin them together you've got one lot on each side. You'll then want to fold over the top seam by 1 centimetre and iron it. Pin your two pieces of fabric together all around the outside, and you'll stitch those with a 1 centimetre seam allowance. When you're stitching around the outside, use the notch to guide you and just leave a gap when you're sewing on one of the sides. You don't need to do it on both, just on one's fine. Then when you're finished, press the seam to open and turn the top of the bag down using the fold line as your guide. You can see I've done it here, the 1 centimetre is turned under and we've turned it over at the fold line. Then turn your bag right sides out and push out the corners. You'll want to give it a quick press just to make sure that it's all sitting nicely. Then mark where you left a gap when you were sewing. So you want to mark 2 or 3 millimetres above and below this gap. And you want to make sure that your bottom mark catches in the 1 centimetre that you turned up originally. You're going to sew all the way around the bag using this as your guide. So mark it up on your sewing machine, make sure that you have something to guide you, and go all the way around the bag, and then do the same for the second mark. This creates the channel for your drawstring, so you'll be putting your ribbon in there very shortly. Trim off any loose threads, and then it's time to add your ribbon. So you can either tie a knot at the end of your ribbon or use a safety pin. I tried tying a knot, but I found a safety pin much easier. Push the safety pin in and then use that as a way to manipulate the fabric to pull the ribbon all the way through the drawstring. So you're going in and out of the same opening that you created when you were sewing. It does take a little bit of time, but if you just be patient, keep using that safety pin to guide you through. Make sure that when you're pulling it through, you don't pull the ribbon all the way through, because of course you want the two ends to come out and be the mechanism for your drawstring. So once you go all the way through, you want to make sure that you've got the two ends out of that side. Take the safety pin off, and then you can untie the knot if you tied one in your ribbon. Once you've done that, tie the two ribbons together. You could use a bead here as well if you like, to make it a little bit more visually exciting. And there you have it, there's your drawstring. You can always tie to secure, or again, if you wanted to use a bead, that would be a great thing to add as well. Thank you so much for making this Katherine drawstring bag. We really hope you enjoyed making your notch pattern. Don't forget to head over to our Etsy shop to check out more of our patterns, and tag us on Instagram so we can see your creations.